It's swagger. I'm cold as a stranger. I'm from Pennsylvania. I chill up in the W where they live famous. I'm throwing up them frames. Show them that I'm living. I'm already acting like I'm worth 20 million. See, I'm shaking off these haters like snow from my boots. It's champagne bottles, all white suits. I'ma show up out of town in an all white goose. Feeling like the shit, cause it's all right too. Government scandal put the state on trial. The DAs and judges are the criminals now. The whole judicial branch is a fucking cash cow, so they gonna have to take me out before I take them all down. This is Mad City. This is our town. If we in it for a penny, then we in it for a pound. You trolling online like you a bunch of gangsters. Meet us at the Coliseum, we'll entertain you. It's life with my feet up. Fuck some new sneakers. I rule my own empire. Julie is up in here with Reese in Third Dimension. That's the crew that I fuck with. Stop trying to hide, fool. Let's do this in public. All right, you know what it is. You know what you tune in for. Taibu Muad'Dib, man. What that sound that you like to hear is called Cold. Produced by my brother Latif Slim Reeks Cameron. It's going down. You already know what it is, man. I'm going to fade that sound out. I ain't got nothing but love for y'all on True Love Tuesday. Tonight, we're going to continue to talk about the eye load quality test. Is it helping or hurting committed relationships? Many of us wouldn't get into a relationship if we didn't have some type of need to come together with somebody. What is our need to bond, right? And how does the eye load quality test pay into it? Stay tuned. I'm gonna ride this out. Shout out to everybody on Instagram, Facebook, and my YouTubers. We going hard tonight. You already know. I'm glad y'all rocking with me. If you want to be a special guest on this show, I got enough seats for everybody. I got 10 seats to fill. You know, I'll shoot you an inbox. Join me, influence the culture with me. It's going down. So last night, if you missed it, it got really real. I will say that if you missed it, it got really real up in here. The ladies seemed and feel, maybe rightfully so, but we can all only talk off our own lived experience. What's going on, Diggs? Shout out to everybody from the 9 Trey class of Westinghouse High School in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Y'all are all class. Rest in peace to those who didn't make it to see a better day. We'll see you on the other side. Taibu Muad'Dib right here, man. My man 80 Proof checking me out. Shout out to Miami. I hope y'all safe. All right. It's all good, man. Hurricanes and everything. What's going on, baby? I'm going to tell y'all right now, for the best podcast viewing experience, please join me over on YouTube at Taibu. All right. Search for me by name. It'll pop right up. I'm going to go ahead and pin that comment. Search for me by name, my man Diggs. Diggs, if you want to come off, I got a seat for you too. Inbox me, leave a comment right here, man, and I'll shoot you a link. Join me on the show tonight. It's going down. If I'm not mistaken, my man Diggs had true love in his life. So maybe it's appropriate in God's will that he comes on True Love Tuesday because he experienced a beautiful marriage all the way until death did they part. Shout out to you, man. I know you're still hurting. You lost your soulmate, but I know God is good. He'll replace that, man, with a higher faith and I love. I'm telling y'all right now, this is what it is. I'm not playing no games. The eye load quality test is important. Let me tell you how important it is. The eye load quality test is so important. It makes us hunger for something which we do not have. If you are dating and with somebody beneath your eye load quality test, tell them immediately. You're going to hurt that person, but wouldn't you rather hurt them and cut it off and let them get over the hurt and get on with their life than to drag them along until you're already set up with the person that meet your eye load quality, and then you let them down a year or two later anyway. So I hinted a little bit about today. Ladies have a shorter dating shelf life than men. So you get to enjoy a lot of activity young. Possibly, like my cousin Byron said yesterday in the comments, that women maturing faster than men may be the reason they all at 100 bodies. Yeah, 100 bodies. Now, am I wrong for assuming that women have 100 bodies before they try to get serious with somebody? Am I wrong for assuming that when they have 100% approval rating? Guys, Diggs, let me know if as soon as you lost your virginity, every chick you wanted to holler at in rowboat and get with after that said yes. Wouldn't you have at least 100 bodies before you try to settle down? At least 100? I know. So what makes you guys think that ladies don't have 100 bodies? Now, a lot of you fellas just want to see women as more moral creatures because you're probably with one, cuddled up, booed up, or married. You don't want to see one with 100 bodies. You don't even want to believe that that's possible, right? But the bottom line is, nowadays, when they're coming out to the forefront and saying, we want to be like guys. We want to spread it around, and we don't want to be judged like guys. But you're not like guys. We don't have 100% approval rating, ladies. We don't. So, as the case may be, I'm telling you right now, the 100 bodies thing is real. I'm talking about at least. Y'all don't want to, but if you look at what you're hearing from the women in hip hop to the women that you listen to in the beauty shop or here in the shopping, wherever you hear women talking now, especially on this show, they don't believe that their body count matters when it comes to them being marriage eligible. So what is that telling you, fellas? They want to have fun with the 100% approval rating until they feel like settling down and playing the chaste. I keep my legs closed. I don't do this. I don't do. Women at first 100 bodies, they'll tell you all the things they don't do, right? They want you to believe it. I'm not buying it, but to each his own. If you choose to believe that woman when she says, yeah, I don't do stuff like that, that's on you. And she may rightfully mean she don't do stuff like that, but it might be she's talking about anymore. I don't like that anymore. Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal. The deal is this. Correct me if I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong. But what do we say to women? What do we say to women that want to exercise their rights to independence? Where did they think that they weren't independent, if not when it comes to their sexual independence and their ability to, I don't want to say spread themselves around. Let's put it like this. Women want to discreetly experience sex with multiple partners. They do. Women want to discreetly experience sex with multiple partners, and they don't want to be judged by it. The problem simply is that they have 100% approval rating. And for those of you who aren't virgins, sex feels really great. And and I don't care how young you are, man. If you've had sex with a young lady or woman, period, like, and you see, and you made her reach a climax, you know that they get to enjoy it a whole lot more than we do. So if you want to come on the show and argue me down, I'm telling you right now, it's one argument that you can already admit that you're gonna lose. Sex feels better for women. It lasts longer for women. They get much more out of it. So for you, if you want me to believe that uh they don't have 100 bodies before they start to try to settle down, it's just not feasible. It's just not feasible. All right.
Hey, hey now.
Welcome to the show, my
What's going
cousin
on?
Shamaya. How you doing?
What's good with it?
All right. Just want to get to the bottom of this. So, assuming because you're my cousin, you know, it's different for me, because in my family, I really can't say that we have what you consider smut buckets in the family. I don't have really an aunt, a cousin, or a sister that's a smut bucket. That was really out there. So
Right.
I don't have that in my family, so it's difficult for me to talk about it in the way that like I'm familiar with it like that. All of my being around smut buckets is clubbing, bouncing at clubs, just living life, period. But it's always been outside the home. I don't, so I really can't. But I'm saying that, the majority of women, the vast majority, I'm talking about like 89.9% of women out there that aren't virgins get to about 100 bodies before they start trying to settle down. And I'm saying this because of based off of the physiological differences between men and women and what I'm hearing on my show. Now I'm 40. It may not have been 100 bodies back when I was young, but it definitely, these women these days, is definitely 100 bodies now. And I say it may not have been 100 bodies then, based off the fact of what's the word I'm looking for? Accessibility. Now with the
Mm.
online game being accessible to so many other different men looking for sex, uh and I just came into contact with somebody that met somebody online, had sex with them, and it ended up turning into a big deal one way or another. And so that person's living with the ramifications of it, the other person's in the win. I'm talking about having sex with people, don't even really know their first or last name, can't get a hold of them if you really need to. That's what's happening. Women
Mm.
have that capability now, from Facebook regular to Facebook dating to black people meet. I'm talking about, let's be honest about this. You know what I'm saying? Back in my
Mm.
day, women they probably would have been at 100 bodies then if they had the accessibility to the men that want to get down with them that women these days do. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of my age too. Don't get me wrong. You're my little cousin, but we're still within 5 years or so of each other. So the bottom line is, you're in my generation. So you understand what I'm saying. You just couldn't get on your
Mm-hmm.
phone and you didn't have a pool of 1,000, 10,000 guys that were in the area that you now know about because they're on your phone.
Right.
I was dating a much younger woman, and I kid you not, probably from social media alone, but Shorty had like 300, text messages from all different numbers. You know what I'm saying? Just guys that's, she probably just threw a number out there, just wanted that validation that she could probably do it or something on a dare. I don't know, but literally
Mm-hmm.
had just all kind of interests. You know what I'm saying? I can easily see that being the case, right? As a guy, Facebook dating shut me down because I was like going hard on Facebook dates. You know what I'm saying? Like I was shooting it out there. I'm in the DFW. I'm like, ah! So when I first came to Dallas, I was like, man, what up, what up, what up? And that's how I
Mm-hmm.
learned. That's how I learned about the free meal dates, right? That's why I started being like, oh, if it's not Dutch, it ain't for me. So I had to learn that quick. You know what I'm saying? But I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying, just the accessibility now is so much more vast. I just can't see women not being at 100 bodies, you know what I'm saying, before they even consider settling down, trying to bust that thing open. And I'm not saying that I'm dumb and I believe popular media. I believe Cardi B or I believe Megan Thee Stallion. I'm just saying, like City Girls. I'm just saying we had Foxy Brown and Lil Kim back in the day talking the same stuff, pretty much. Trina
Mm-hmm.
talking the same stuff, pretty much. I can continue to name them. Eve was kind of, even the brat was kind of different about it. They was like
Right.
empowered sisters doing their own thing. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? What I want to know from you as a woman, from a woman's perspective, like, and I want everybody to hear this. The eye low quality thing. You had mentioned going through some stuff with Tori and your marriage. You mentioned
Mm-hmm.
it last night. Do you believe that the eye load quality test, that it's something that he basically failed, and that's what led to? I mean, do you believe it played a real part in him straying? Like, people can just say, "Oh, a cheater is just a cheater." I think it's more defined and more specific than that. I think that people put themselves in a position up front and they're not really honest with themselves, so they can't. So now, Fan may now have been a cheater, but he just couldn't deal with the fact that he's still being tempted because his eyes aren't full. That's why I use the word load, people.
Mm-hmm.
When your load is full, you just can't carry no more. When this glass is full, it can't carry no more. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when your cousin Taibu was talking about people dating someone that feels their eye load quality, feels their eye load quality. You understand what I'm saying by that?
Yeah,
So
for
do
sure.
you? So how do you feel about how that affects true love? Because y'all truly had love. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, how do you think that
I
affects
know.
true love? You know, in this situation.
Um, so I really like to start off saying, I get what you're saying as far as the aloe, that whole spiel. I definitely do get that. Because if you would ask me or him, neither one of us were the other person's type. So like he was into Italian females, and clearly I was left in the oven a lot longer than them. I like tall basketball players. He's a short football player. You know what I mean? So it was definitely not but neither one of us thought each other was like ugly. You know what I mean? Like we were very attracted to each other, but we were more so attracted spiritually. And that's where our foundation was. And I think I said this on we were talking about that on one of our lives when he was on her as well. So we were kind of attracted spiritually, and that's what drew us in. And then when we realized we were on the same level mentally and emotionally, all those things fit. And then you couldn't tell me he wasn't the finest man in the world after that, because there was other things invested into what drew me to him than his looks. And I thought, honestly, that would last forever, to be completely honest, only because looks do fade. So if I wasn't with you because of your looks, then I'm good, we good, you know what I mean?
But
So
but
for
but okay, okay, okay. Let me direct you down that path a little bit further.
uh
For love, for love, you're basically saying, so for love, you're basically saying that you knew going in that you were making like almost a lifetime decision because your connection with this man was so deep, how where y'all vibe was
mm,
at, that you made a knee-jerk decision to just, you know bury that, right? So with your eye low quality, so uh you were a D last night. Then for you finding that special someone, you were willing to look lower than what you normally attracted to. So then you were a D. Okay, so I forgot to ask everybody the answer for that. I usually I do.
mhm.
Just we got sidetracked with some good conversation. But I wanted you to go a little bit farther into that.
What part?
Why do you think it was so easy for you to give up your eye low type? You know what I'm saying? I mean, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. So I think because of the type of female that I am, and again, like so there's been football player type guys that attracted me. You know what I mean? They were
Right.
attractive, but they weren't like what we all would consider our type. And even growing like in myself in general, I don't have a type. I realized that. Growing up in like in high school or whatever, I'm like,
But
my
isn't
type
that a
is a
problem?
tall.
Isn't that a problem? Cuz isn't that a problem? I mean, let's be honest.
Mhm.
I've talked on my show, everybody. I've talked on my show a lot about having the right quality to build something with, having the right material. Now, let me tell you something. The African village, we're falling behind at least the Europeans, if not the Indians, and if not, I'm talking about the Latinos. We're falling behind other cultures who realize the necessity of starting to build something with the right quality.
Mhm.
So if you look at the Latino community, you see Hector, he like 4'9", ugly as the bottom of your shoe, but his girl's bad.
Mhm.
So the two of them, what they value as far as the relationship they're getting. Hector will work 90 hours a week, you know what I'm saying, shoveling monkey stuff at the
Mhm.
zoo to bring home that bag.
Right. Facts.
So this bad woman, she don't care about none of that. She know Hector going to keep her with in the jeans she want to wear, pay for her gym membership after she had the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So other cultures, they starting with the material that they what they look to last. So
Mhm.
at the very least, in our village, in the African village, we can be honest with ourselves. Our plan could be more strategic with our love. We could you can't you might be able to not be able to help when you fall, but you can plan better as far as a relationship. Fall in love, African people, with who you want to fall in love with, but marry and get in committed relationships with people that you can build with that have the quality that you want. It's quality,
Absolutely.
eye low quality. So you
Mhm.
just tossed it away because you had a vibe with the guy, and you never look back, right? Now down the line, do you regret that
Mhm.
decision?
No, not at all. Because again, and I say this, and I say this with all due respect, I am not the typical female. So those things, and so those things that were important to me made him the finest man in this world to me. So it wasn't his looks; it was everything else that made him super fine. He would make this joke all the time to like we would have date night, like game nights with different couples, and he would say Shemai could go into a room full of bad dudes. They could all be naked, but she'll come out just thinking about me. And it was the truth. So it no longer was, oh, he's not my type, but he was everything as far as my type. And so I think oftentimes we cut ourselves at the knees, as what you said earlier. We're looking at just the looks. But when you get older, looks are going to fade. Somebody might want to eat too many bags of chips and they get thicker or fatter or whatever. Those things are going to fade. And like you said, it's those things that are going to the paramount things, the things that you can build on. Do you have the same belief system? Do you have the same spots when it comes to money, raising kids? Like all those things are more important to me than looks. But when I realized that he met me mentally, emotionally, spiritually, the physical was a no question. So I don't regret it at all. Absolutely not at
Yeah,
all.
and I mean, I'm glad that you're not the typical female. What I'm saying is when his eye low quality failure got too much for him to bear, that's
So
why
it
I
wasn't
asked, do
that.
you
And we talked about this when he was on the line. It wasn't, and this is what I think to what you're saying. If you come in
okay,
with the
okay.
whole eye thing, the eye is the reason why we're together because you're attractive, then I can see something failing because of the eyes. But it wasn't that. Ours was spiritual. We came in on a spiritual note, then we lacked in a spiritual sense that just cracked the code on everything else. We no longer had our foundation spiritually, so then everything else became weak. So that's I feel like whatever you're coming in on for your foundation, if that's not shored up, it's gonna fall regardless of what it is. So ours wasn't the look thing; it was legit spiritually that it faltered. Our beliefs started shifting this way, that way, and a third, and that was the reason why anything was able to creep in. So like we were married for 10 years, so it was nothing that It wasn't like he wasn't seeing bad females before, or if I wasn't seeing dope dudes before, but the spirit or spiritual eyes were set on God and each other, so nothing else can creep in. But once our eyes level shifted, no longer on God, anything and everything came in.
I guess okay. Okay, so the okay, so for me,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys can always count on original content on this show because I'm an original dude. I'm probably the only relationship show that's popping that I'm not bringing in. I'm not. I'm not talking and joking over something else that's going on the screen. Even though I can screen share and do that too, I need original content because we need original solutions for problems that have been going on for a while in our community. Uh, so are you willing to? I'm still at the regret thing. Uh, to the fact that you I mean, I'm gonna tell you something, y'all. My family moved to Wisconsin, and I moved back to go to Pittsburgh. I mean, Pittsburgh to finish high school. So I was living in Homewood with my mom's mom, and we fell out almost end of my senior year, right before I went to college. But by then I was a big dude. I was a big deal in Pittsburgh as far as high school sports was concerned.
Hands
So
down.
I ended up moving in with my dad's mom. I hadn't seen my cousin Shemaya in a while. It was the funniest thing, right? So I went off to college, came back on a visit, and Shemaya came in the house. And I was like, Uncle Jeff, like, who is this lady downstairs? Because I hadn't seen her, y'all. And my cousin was like video vixen baddie. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like that was one of them worst cousin moments you could have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, oh man, that's cold blooded. But I was like, yeah, my cousin fine. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. So my cousin could have walked into anywhere. Trust me, y'all. Then, and she was. I think she was drop dead gorgeous to exquisite at that point. You were what 16, 17? And so when I
Probably, yeah.
saw her with Tori, it threw me off a little bit. It threw me off a little bit because I was like, I just didn't see the match there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so now this down the line, I didn't say anything. I never badmouthed the
Mm-hmm.
relationship, did I? Not one time.
Mm-mm. Not one time.
Have I ever? Not one time.
Mm-mm.
And since he's come on the show, I was like the guy too. At first, it wasn't like it was gonna beat him up, it was gonna jump him, but but I'm just saying, like the guy, solid dude. But at the time, I just didn't get it. Everybody, I didn't. But down the line, I hear the spiritual thing. I just don't think that attractiveness didn't have nothing to do with it, unless the chick he cheated with was down like busted or skanky or you know what I'm saying, needed help. I mean, if he went that low, then that's a different topic for a different episode for a different day. You know what I'm saying? I know the guy. I mean, it's your experience too. I mean, you can give your opinion of it. I'll get him back on the show and I'll ask him what she looked like.
Yeah,
I
for
might be
sure.
able to get a picture out of him so y'all can see it. But I'm just saying, I mean, if I just don't see, if you cheat, if you fellas, if you don't cheat up, you know, smack yourself, do something. I don't know, like if you're gonna cheat up, please don't hurt that woman twice. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna be honest with you. All right. So that's what I was thinking. Cause I don't know. If I'm wrong, let me know. I'm new to the story, but I'm just saying, like,
And honestly, I think, and I always bounce things back to like personal experience. I think because like, and we know each other, but I don't think like we know each other. And so to that, I can't say what your spiritual walk is versus anything else. I always knew you to always be able to beg a female. Like you could beg a female like it was like nothing. Like you always. I'm just we keeping it a bean on the show, right? So
yeah,
you
I
you was
mean,
able
I
to
see
just
it, but
bag them.
it
You know
is.
what I mean? like you said, when you was in Pittsburgh, you was like star athlete, had the athlete
Yeah.
body. Yeah, I mean, like
Oh
folks
yeah.
flock to you. You know what I'm saying? So like
Oh yeah.
I never knew you on a spiritual level. I only knew you
Okay.
like what you did in the flesh. Feel me? And so and I believe we were raised different as well. We got the same grandma, but I feel like we was raised different. And so
We didn't go to the same church. We didn't go to the same church. That's true.
we
We didn't go to the
we
same
did.
church.
And so
Yep.
um I see where you can say, and I'm not saying that the eyes weren't tempted to do something, like I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the reason for the shift was not it wasn't that wasn't the reason, that wasn't the base of it. Like I said from the beginning, our eyes are attracted to what we're I mean, you're attracted to what you're attracted to, period. Don't matter if you're in a relationship, marriage, whatever. Everybody knows a bad female when they walk down the street, period. Everybody knows a bad dude when they walk down the street, period. So if you don't think that you're going to walk past and converse with people who are like you will be attracted to, that doesn't mean anything. If you have a mindset not to cheat, you're not going to cheat. I don't care how bad somebody is. You know what I mean? That's just what it is.
I
So
mean, so let's talk
otherwise, everybody's out here cheating.
again.
Nobody's faithful. You're telling me that it's all about the eyes
Let's
and attractiveness, then everybody out here cheating.
let's get physiological about this, right? For 1 second.
Uh-huh.
As a man, I know that I can't enter in mine or anybody else's without wood. So at some point, my eyes have to take in quality, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's just no everybody. If I'm wrong, and we're gonna get these shame bags figured out. I got Shay working on the shame bag for me right now. I'm telling you, if I'm wrong, let me know I'm wrong. But I think that to be 100, at some point, it came down to, him being attracted
I'm not saying that it didn't.
outside the household.
I'm not saying that it didn't. I'm saying that
So
that
are
was
you
the base of it.
do you regret turning down all those fine guys you saw when at some point he didn't turn he stopped turning down
No.
the fine women that he saw?
No, so because what I say to this is we were married for 10. 8 of those 10 were amazing years. I mean, we were in the newlywed phase for the whole 8 years. And so I don't regret that. I think that if I was with someone else, I would have never had that type of life experience during that time in my life. So I don't regret that at all. Like at all. I just
Okay.
don't. Like I just don't. I don't regret it at all. And I think there was
I'm
so
not
much more
talking
to
about
be given
regretting the
to me.
marriage, cuz I'm talking about regretting
I'm not going
decisions
with
to
a person of my eye level. That's you said that, right?
yeah.
Because
So
can I tell you this? I was
so
prior to
okay,
Corey, I was dating people that I was attracted to with my eyes, but they were not on my level any other place. So that wasn't enough for me. It still wasn't enough. You're bad, you're tall. Yeah, I mean, you got the nice smile, this, that, and the third, and you like blah, blah, blah. That is what I was attracted to, but they didn't hit any other marker. Then what was the point? They couldn't have good conversation. They weren't trying to
none
level
of
up
them,
mentally.
it was
I'm
just
just saying
fine and
my
empty.
experience. They were fine brothers, but they were lacking in so many other areas. So it
Dang.
wasn't good enough for me to put down all the other dreams or visions I had of my man. You know what I mean? I I had to go with all the other things. If the looks was the one thing, and he wasn't an ugly dude. He just wasn't the tall basketball players that I'm used to. So for me to level down eye wise, I leveled up in all the other areas.
I look, I'm gonna be honest with you, cuz I like the True Love Tuesday story. It's true love. Uh you talked about this the spiritual connection and how that had to go before everything else went clearly. Uh I think the ILO quality thing, I think it helps relationships more than it hurts because eventually it pushes people out of a relationship they shouldn't be in anyway, and it frees the person that they don't want to really be with up to go find someone that's for them. That ultimately, that's what I believe. Y'all can come on here and tell me I'm wrong, but ultimately, I believe that uh it's to a point where we're definitely am I spelling it wrong? Maybe I spelled it wrong. Oh, there it goes. It's so many Spencers on my page. Cousin Spencer tried to hop in there. I was trying to send him the link. All right. Listen, cuz I appreciate you for hopping on the show, man, and being honest with everybody about your situation.
Oh, for
But
sure.
again, as a woman, what we're talking about here is if y'all say that y'all lower y'all eye low quality and come down, for men and stuff like that, am I wrong to advise y'all to stop doing it? To hold out like Cousin Spencer tried to say, yes, like to hold out for a man that meets your eye low quality and checks off some other boxes. I mean, if you're looking for perfection, a bad deal. But maybe
Right.
let me say something to y'all. I
Mhm.
mean, now you can. I'm gonna let you go with this, cuz as a person addicted to thinking, the Bible says that Satan comes to steal, kill, and destroy.
Mhm.
So maybe Satan sends people at a lot of you that don't meet your eye low quality test, but it's really nice. You can have a connection with the whole nine, right? And to bait you
Mhm.
in to being with somebody that every day you wake up next to, like, you know what I'm saying? And you don't
Okay.
even know it's happening, but Satan is feeding that by making sure your new job coworker or somebody in your new class at school, Shemai, or you know what I'm saying, by making sure somebody finding in your significant other crosses your face every day. I'm saying that's how Satan works, right? Satan is very clever. So I'm saying, what if the devil himself is behind orchestrating? If y'all not, I'm saying, just don't do it. Don't. I'm saying don't do it to yourselves because you can't say if you always not you, but not you, cuz Spencer, but people out there in Facebook and Instagram and YouTube land. If you always find yourself in committed relationships with people below your eye low quality, it's definitely the devil sending them to you. Hold out, wait out.
I'm
There's
not
better
mad at that
somebody
at all.
as wine, gorge up there gorgeous, that's gonna check off your boxes and probably is looking for you anyway. Go ahead, take it from there. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I don't mind, and I'm gonna say this thing, and I feel like my tab is about to collapse. I'm about to switch over to my phone or whatever. But I agree with what you're saying, and you also said that like perfection is not going to be like it's not going to happen. Perfection is not going to happen. So for me personally, and I'm not with um like being with ugly people. Like if I can't stand you and can't want to throw up in my mouth when I look at you, like I'm not going to do it. Absolutely, that's just not going to happen. However, like I just I can't. But however, for me, and this is people who operate in and sorry for me getting spiritual, it's just a part of me. But people who operate in the flesh, that's your eyesight, right? So if that is what leads you in life, then you are going to need to wait out for the person that's going to catch your eyesight. But when you're led by another spiritual, or if you're more of a sapiosexual who are led by mental connections or whatnot, like that is what needs to lead you to get that connection that you need, because ultimately it's a made up mind. If your mind is made up not to cheat, you're not going to cheat. If your flesh is weak and you can only be straight by your eyes and you're turning every time you see a fine person, then you need to find that fine person, period. That's not me. That's why that was not a thing for me. You know what I'm saying? But there are people who gotta have their eyes, your person gotta be on point all day, every day, and that's just what you need. They gotta be on 100, forget your 50, 60, 70, 80s. You gotta have it on 100, then cool. But me personally, I need somebody who can mentally stimulate me, emotionally stimulate me, and spiritually stimulate me before physical is even a thing. And that's just me. So again, like I was telling
All
Cuz
right.
Spencer yesterday,
That's
it's
okay.
your own personal preference.
That's 100. That's now you know what that might have been the clearest indication I have that you would possibly date a butt ugly individual. If
Never a
I'm
butt ugly.
just
Never a butt ugly.
I'm just
You
saying.
gotta look. Can't throw a
I'm just
bottle of
saying.
Pepsi.
I'm just saying.
Can't
I'm
get
just
Pepsi.
saying. The way that you broke that down, cousin Spence, you going next. The way that you broke that down made it sound like if a butt ugly man that come across your path makes you laugh, he makes you smile. He's into
I
funeral
never
homes
dated
and
a butt
acting
ugly
to it.
person in my life
Have a
ever.
little.
Then you have a
Okay.
type.
I don't have a type either, though.
That's it. But
I don't.
you say you like you
Okay.
don't
That's
like
See
not
butt
where I'm
the
ugly
going with
point.
that.
guys.
Go ahead, cuz Spencer. What
You
you
say
got to
you don't
say
like
about
butt
that?
ugly
Because
guys,
you
but
see
that
where I
is
was going with it.
a particular type. You don't like butt ugly guys, but you still like a type
I'm
in a
saying
sense
I
because
don't.
you want to find a
I've
find.
dated an
That's,
Indian guy. I've dated a white guy. I've dated a tall guy. I've dated a
You
dark
dated a
skinned guy.
what?
I've dated a short guy. I've dated a fat guy. Like I don't have a type in that regard. A butt ugly guy. That's not even. That's
Hold
like
on, hold
not
on,
even a thing.
hold on.
you say
We
you
got
have
the
a
shame
type.
bag alert going on. Going back to that first option. You did. Don't say it fast. Say it in slow motion for everybody to hear that.
What is it that you need me to say? Slow motion.
No, I want to start from the beginning and just say it a little bit slower for
He
us.
said you
Right.
dated a white guy.
Yeah, literally everybody. Like I don't have preferences. Like there's things that I look for in a guy. If you check off those boxes, and I'm not dating a butt ugly guy. That's just not going to happen. It's never
Okay.
happened. It never
Okay,
will happen.
Okay.
you just went through a
Okay. So hold
rainbow.
on. Hold on. So this European dude
I legit. Hmm.
on the ranking scale, where did he rank? Cuz.
As far as looks,
Mm-hmm.
is that? Oh, he was fine. We not going to dip on that side if they ain't.
Okay. Okay.
Could have been
That's a
a movie
choice,
star.
bro.
I mean, if that's what you say, okay, he was starting to head up. Okay, so I mean, I respect that. I respect that. If in your opinion that's where he was at, then you was looking eyes up. Okay, so
Ashe.
dating outside the culture is a different topic for a different day. But what I will
Hmm.
say is clearly women are looking for love in all the wrong places. Stick to your high low quality. I don't know what's going on around here, but I do know that it plays a point. The eyes are hungry. Cousin Spencer, how did you deal with your hungry eyes when you were married? Prior to finding out that your ex was unfaithful.
I never had before any of that. I'm really never worried about another woman. I ain't have to think about looking at, talking to, thinking I was just focused on the one I had. And that's just how I
It's
am.
a
Like
mental or it's a
if
mental
I'm with
state.
somebody, my mind focuses on the person I'm with because that's the beautifulest woman I got right with me.
Is that not what I said?
Yeah, it's
The
true.
acting don't it doesn't even count when you're
Okay,
into somebody and you're
does
committed. Then
anybody
it's not
understand?
your eyes.
Does anybody seeing a trend here? Is any say do you can you screw up a little bit? Can you screw up a little bit? I'm just saying I need you to screw up to you that we discussed this. I need you. Can you screw up a little bit so when I look next to you, I don't see the dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you screw up a little bit? All right, Shay. Do you notice the trend here that I'm seeing? We got two people who admittedly was dealing with somebody, actually married to somebody that wasn't their type, below their eye low quality test, and they both had almost identical results in their marriages. So, is it me seeing the trend here? Am I wrong for saying
I explained my situation, but you
Taibu
keep going
Hey,
into
my,
Mundi
the spiritual
was
hey,
stuff.
don't get,
wrong
hey, no,
about
no,
the
no,
eye
no.
low quality thing.
My
Taibu
eye low
Mundi was
quality
wrong
from
about the eye low quality thing if they had married somebody that met their eye low quality, right?
It had
I'm
nothing to do
wrong
with
about
it.
what I'm
That's the
saying,
If we were the
whole.
but
cheaters, then that would make sense.
I'm
But we
just
weren't
I'm
the
just
cheaters.
I'm
That's
saying
the whole reason it didn't work.
what what I'm what I'm saying is could somebody please come on the show that married or date or is committed or something to somebody, be committed to somebody that meets your eye low quality. Hopefully you meet theirs. That obviously makes sense. And then let's look at the results of the relationship. If we're talking to two people who for all intents and purposes, didn't mind going beneath what they usually attracted to have something committed and find that special someone, and then they can both get the same results. I'm just saying it may not have mattered to them, but it did matter to the person that they were with. And that person on the show right now, I'm telling you right now, I want to see I want them on the show. Ooh. All right.
Here, let me
Because
message
I
Twitter.
want to have a chance to voir dire them on this ILO quality test. But for True Love Tuesday, I'm just saying both my cousins married people that they admittedly wasn't their premier type, and the relationship
Actually,
ended.
I can't say that because my wife during the time she stimulated me mentally because she was smart. I was smart. She was beautiful looking. I can't say she wasn't.
So you going based off of looks why somebody didn't work out?
Because that ain't it.
I'm just saying, man, these relationships,
T Junior,
these relationships that
you been
start
married?
because of a
That's right. How many times you been
connection.
married? Cause
I'm saying, look at Halle Berry. I'm just saying,
look at all
Beyonce.
of them. Beyonce, Kim
got
Kardashian,
you.
like them is baddies. What do you mean?
I'm just saying, looks ain't everything.
Somebody,
You're not answering my question.
anybody.
T Junior, how many times did you be married? Have you been married? And what happened?
In my marriage, my ex only married me to get back with
But
her
it
ex.
had nothing to do with looks.
My ex only married me to get back with her ex. She married me thinking
So
that
she
she was
just
gonna make her
used you.
ex jealous. Yeah, she married me thinking she was gonna make her ex jealous enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna leave the person I left you for, and we can do this marriage thing. You don't gotta be with him if you were that serious or whatever. And to be honest with you, because I didn't know about this, it was kind of working. They were kind of like coming closer together. When after our divorce, finally, she admitted that she had fallen back in love while she was married to me with her ex. So that's what the situation was. So it was never even about me. I was just a pawn. It wasn't about my looks or what I could do for any of that stuff. It was just she felt like I guess could look good enough, or I was enough of an arm piece to make him jealous, to make like, okay, somebody I'm worth marrying. Put like that. That was her whole thing. I'm worth marrying. This guy married me. What's wrong with you? So that was that situation. But so it didn't last very long at all. I mean, I was with her. We dated. It went a smooth process. A number of months, got to that point where we're like, okay, let's do it. We did it. It lasted 3 years. I honestly tried to stay in it. Got marital counseling with her, all that stuff like that. Like she really wasn't trying to hold on to the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like she wasn't trying to listen to what the marriage counselor was saying. That's when I knew that really she just no one was going to tell her anything different. You know what I'm saying? So, basically, I what I hold against her is two things. Like I feel like, she ruined marital virginity. You know what I'm saying? I have to do it again, and it won't be the same. Obviously, hopefully, it'll be better though. And when I was married, and I thought I didn't know anything at first, I was closer to God than I ever been. So leaving that marriage, it kind of threw me into a spiral, like you were saying, Shemai, spiritually. That it was tough to regain that kind of connection I had with God when I was married, and I wasn't dealing with fornication, the sin of, you know what I'm saying, like outside of that thing. So it was really tough for me. But I didn't marry somebody that fit all the way fit what I was looking for, ILO quality. So I did what you guys did as well. You know what I'm saying? I married somebody that when I did the background checking, as far as meeting family members, seeing what people thought of her, no one whispered, "Oh, she's down low hoe." No one had anything bad to say. Her coworkers, everybody loved her. You know what I'm saying? And that's saying a lot, because you ain't gonna find that with me. You don't talk to people about me, and some people gonna be pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Have some bad things to say. I'm just being 100. Taibu D right here, y'all. What I'm saying is that when I look back at it, if it was going to end that way, I feel like I should have married somebody that met my ILO quality. At least I had that box checked. That wasn't the issue, whatever. And during the marriage, that I was with somebody every day where I felt like, man, you know what I'm saying, this is a beautiful person I could pull, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's up. I'm kicking it. So if they was on dirt, it would have been like time wasted. When things started going backwards, and I found out what was really going on. I felt it and I saw it, and like, man, I told myself, man, she didn't even look good enough to go through stuff like that with her. That was one of the reasons I cut it short. Like, I'm not going to go through this stuff with you like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was just crazy. So I think that this is a big deal. It should be discussed. People should be honest with themselves first. This is not about the other person, though, Cousin Spencer, Cousin Shemai, Shay. This isn't about the other person. It's about us being real with ourselves before we enter in.
I completely agree with you said, but I still don't think that I feel like you still didn't in either mine or Spencer or even your own basically put the one with the other, saying that looks made the divorce. Like that's not a thing. As much as
I was just getting to that. I was just getting to that.
Okay.
I can't confirm that my ex-wife ever really cheated physically with her ex. Mm-hmm. I mean, clearly she was beside, you know, she was really wrapped up emotionally into the guy, but he had somebody. And so he was living with. So like, I feel like it was really just her. It really wasn't even him trying to get at her. It was just her whole obsession with the whole deal. So I don't believe that she even really physically cheated with him or anybody on me. If my ex-wife had met my ILO quality, I probably would still be with her. I think eventually, I mean, I think that her not meeting my ILO quality had a big deal with me too, because she wasn't going to get the divorce. She was fine just trying to work that thing out or whatever she was doing. She wasn't built like that. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't going to file for it. I could be married to her and she'll still be in love with him, but she wasn't going to get divorced. So we could still be married. So I think if she had met my ILO quality, and I think that it would have ran itself out, because conversations we had after I left the first time, then we got back at the marital counseling, like things that were going on. I think that
I gotta switch over to my phone. It's about to die.
Okay. I think that she had just got to a point where she realized what she had versus being wrong about how she felt, like how immature and childish it was. So I'm telling you right now, I believe if she had met my ILO quality, I believe that I believe that I probably would still be in that marriage, just for the simple fact that, you know what I'm saying, you know, that's where it's at for me. So I'm knowing it hits home. Y'all asked the question, I'm gonna be 100 with y'all, so y'all know it hits home. But yeah, she wasn't gonna divorce me. I divorced her because she just didn't look good enough for me to be going through other guy issues. I just felt like it was ridiculous. I can't judge another guy that all men are ugly to me, except for obviously my brothers and my kids, because they look like me. You know what I'm saying? So they can't be always busted. But I'm just saying the bottom line is, you know, I don't judge other guys. But as far as I'm concerned, the dude that she was pining away over just wasn't on my level. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere near. So that helped. You know, she didn't look good enough for me to be going through all that nonsense with, and she was going after a buster, basically, in my opinion. So that was their thing. I let them have it. See what I'm saying? But if she was drop dead gorgeous or above, you know what I'm saying, then I probably would have been like, that's tough on dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, that's his law.
That don't seem weird to you, cuz, that you would stay only because she was gorgeous. You would go through mental and emotional abuse because she was gorgeous. That don't make sense to you? I mean, that makes sense to you?
Her wanting to get back with somebody, and that how that affected our marriage and our happiness was, I can't the manipulation was abusive. I'll give you that. But as far as like, did she really mean to hurt me? She was just thinking about herself. It hurt me, yeah, but she was thinking about herself. She wasn't thinking like she's actively hurting me. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, we went through a lot. The marriage counseling, a lot of stuff came out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women aren't raised with their fathers, so they don't understand really how to get that conflict resolution thing taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And so when women attach themselves to a certain individual for a certain reason, have a miscarriage with somebody, feel like they owe them a child, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, you know, the stuff that happens, near death situations, whatever the case may be, like they're more attached to that person and they just don't know how to disconnect that and move on with their life, even if that person has. Because clearly he had, because he married the woman he left her for a year after we got married. So that whole getting back with him thing was dead at that point. But she still couldn't get over. You see what I'm saying? So was she trying to abuse me or nothing like that? It really wasn't like that. It was more like I said, just for me in my mind, it made me question what I'm basically begging everybody out there to do right now. It made me question my choice to be with somebody that didn't meet my eye low quality, to have that special someone situation going on with, like that comfortable feel cousin Spencer was talking about, or what you're talking about, that mental connection, whatever, whatnot. That's what's more important. But at the end of the day, we still have eyes, and our eyes are hungry. Our eyes never lose that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and talk. We'll get our segment off. The eye low quality test has to be considered in almost everything that we do, because there's billions of people on this earth, right? And what I said earlier about the devil passing people across our face that are fine. When I was engaged to be married, I kid you not, from when I went to go to get fitted for my tuxedo, I had to go there 4 times. It was this bad. It was a European chick built like Trina, and she's all over me. It was crazy. Every time I went for my brother's tux, my son's tux, my dad's tux, I had to keep going there. No way around it. So what I had to do was I had to fast for 7 days and pray about that thing, because I had never had somebody, that met that eye low quality come at me like that. Like, basically, I'm yours, whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get married, lady. You know what I'm saying? That's Satan. So I'm telling you right now, if you don't marry somebody that fills your eyes are going to be hungry. It's going to get to you. And he knows that. So I'm just putting that out there. Shay, you have a segment for us? All right. Cousin Shemai, would you remind the folks what you do in the Pittsburgh area? I know a lot of them are watching. I have a lot of viewers on here. I got people on Instagram. So I want to remind folks what you do and put that in your comment section as well while we're looking at the screen share.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I am the supervisor, funeral director, owner, and crematory operator at House of Paradise Funeral Home. We specialize in personalized services. We serve with excellence, compassion, and integrity. Very affordable prices. Also have a t-shirt brand called Make It, Manage It, Multiply It. You can find that on makeitmanageitmultiplyit.com. Just has a bunch of t-shirts that can help you, I say, challenge, inspire, and encourage us to do better and be better. I feel like once you know better, you got to do better. And that's just what the apparel kind of does. And that's pretty much about it. I can't talk and type at the same time. So now that I can now type the stuff in the chat.
So we can get that them 100 body shirts made, right?
Oh, for sure.
The 100 bodies. It's the can I take you for a test drive? You have to have the male and the female versions, right? You have to have the male version where it's, Miss, can I take you for a test drive? And you have to have the one, sir, can I take you for a test drive for the ladies. That test drive thing is going to go hard. I can't wait to bring that out later early next month when I come out with the reality TV show version. We're going to have to get those t-shirts and the hashtag acceptable number, please. That whole body count thing is a really big deal. We're going to get to the bottom of that thing. All right. To the screen share. Shay, you want to bring it in for us?
Okay, so basically the Steve Harvey show. They asked Steve what he thinks about something. I want y'all to see the outfit if he's right or wrong.
Gotta do my thing.
Sir, I don't need that.
I love it. This is my thing. This is what I do until she picks a better song. Y'all know what it is. Let's go.
I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Now I slam it when I want to make sure.
Yeah. It's the I ain't no joke, right or wrong segment. She ain't no joke, right or wrong segment. Let me go to the screen share for y'all one time. That was hot. Him is hot. He's a hot rapper. That's what it comes down to. He has bars. What are you talking about?
Because men grow up and men change. Men do grow up and men change. What happens is you can make mistakes and grow from it and learn from it. But then every time a man cheats doesn't mean you have to give him another chance either. All men can change, but there is only one woman we will change for.
Once a cheater, always a cheater, Steve? It sounds like you don't.
No, because men grow up and men change.
Thank you.
Men do.
Okay.
So, do y'all feel that he's right that all men grow up and they change?
Once a cheater, always a
And it's
cheater.
that one woman that'll make him not cheat.
The right or wrong segment. The one woman that'll make a man cheat.
Not cheat.
Shame.
Not cheat. Not cheat. They want you to go first.
Huh?
No, look, huh? It's your segment. She said, because I'm trying to say go first. What do you think he's right or wrong?
Well, I don't know. I don't think that all men change when they get older. Like, I think it's a lot of men that's out there that just feel like one woman is not gonna be enough. Like, even if they do get married, they still gonna cheat. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just in them. I don't think all men, you know what I'm saying, will change and grow up. So I say he's wrong.
Ooh. Cousin Spencer, what do you say?
Men do change, and it all depends on if they want to change for the right one. They ain't gonna change for the wrong one because there's no purpose of that. But a man will change for the right one that he truly want to be with, and he will change. Some man ain't built for change because those are the ones that ain't got that right mindset to change. But a real man will change for the one he want to be with.
Cousin Shemaya.
I think I agree with both of them to a certain extent. I do agree with Shay that just because you grow up, you get older doesn't mean you grow up. So there's just definitely people who are going to just do them because that's just what they do. And I feel like I'm always bringing the spiritual aspect to your show, but I feel like it's a made up mind, and some people will make up their mind to be a different person, to not be a cheater, and then there's people who will never make their mind up. Once you have the mind is the most powerful thing you have, and so when it's made up to not do, it's not going to do, and if it's made to do, it's going to do. So that's just what it is. I don't care what nobody say about that. As far as what cousin Spencer said, yeah, man's gonna change for the right one. Like, absolutely, they're not going to change for just some random schmojo that's just gonna be around for just a hot second. But when they find somebody that meets them on the levels that they're looking to be met on, yeah, they'll change for them.
Look, what I want to know, Shay, is with this whole cheating thing, do you like get cool points if you're a cheating type of guy or a cheating type of female, but you slow it down for somebody that you like for a little while?
Slow it down.
Like before you cheat again, like, if you're the kind of person that forms relationships with people and you basically are grooming them to cheat with them later on down the line and get them later on down the line, do you feel like if you don't do that for a little while that person can boast like, yeah, she let that go for a minute for me, you know what I'm saying, because I was special to her? Or is it just the same old, like there really is no glory in that? Like cousin Shemaya, 10 years, cousin Spence, I think around the same time with his ex-wife. It's like, clearly they was married to people that was prone to cheat, you know what I'm saying? That's why I had that lie detector test show. Remember? Look at me. Like, if you look at me on the show, I'm just on the show. You should be looking. the optics. They want to
I'm listening.
look.
though.
What I'm saying is the lie detector testing. Do you think that cousin Spencer and cousin Shemaya would have benefit from my lie detector test show had my show been out there?
No.
You think that either of them would have married their significant other if they would have?
Who finna pay for a lie detector test?
$200 is
Ain't nobody doing that.
Okay. Hypothetically, do you believe, now that we know the end result, do you believe that would have been fleshed out with lie detector test?
No.
You don't think it would have caught them?
Mm-mm.
So you think? So you saw if one of their questions on lie detector test would have been, "Have you cheated on somebody you were in a relationship before?"
But everybody, if they failed that, if they failed when they younger, I'm just saying, and like most of the time, I got married when I was young, so I don't feel that I was in the right mindset to be married that young.
And so you wouldn't have passed lie detector test.
Yeah.
Yes, you wouldn't have, or yes, you would have.
Yeah, I would have passed.
So had he told the lie to the person to say, "Hey, ask her if she's ever cheated on somebody in a relationship," you would have passed that.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So I'm not a cheater.
All right. So let's go to the panel. Cousin Shemaya, have you seen your? You gotta come off mute. You guys gotta come off mute. I'm muted. I'm muting it for better sound quality on certain portions. So cousin Shemaya, let me know if you feel like you would have benefited from that, at least that particular question on lie detector test. Have you seen my lie detector test show?
I did not
catch lie detector test show? Cousin Spencer, you were there for the lie detector test show, right?
Part of it, but I wasn't there for it.
Oh, okay. So I intimate that it might come to a point where fellas are getting lie detector tests before they take off the condom, before they make serious commitments, before they propose to women, right? And I was saying that based off of the statistics about HIV and kids being born into houses with single parents. So if men are trusting that this woman is who she says she's at face value, if they're not trusting anymore, it's been that $200 index, $200 a lot of things. I'm saying, and is it going to get to that point where men should start doing that before they start allowing themselves to basically trust women with $100? But so, cousin Shemai, you're saying you don't believe that the lie to the test would have changed your mind about marrying?
Oh, and I mean, even as Shay said, I don't think you hear me. Like like she said, I'm all about the mind. So when we got into it, we had a mind for each other. So people change. You know what I mean? So lie detector was not.
Hold it closer to your face, cause your sound quality's out. Hold it closer to your face, cause your sound quality's out. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now? I'm not sure why.
Yep, much better.
Now y'all going to look at the glistening on my forehead. Gotcha. So can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. So as Shay even said, we got married and didn't have the right mindset type of thing. So when we first got into it, it would have not shown anything because we both had a mind for each other, i.e., an eye for each other. So it wouldn't have mattered. Now, if you would have tested later on in the marriage at year 8 or something like that, like, hey, or is your eye starting to wander? Then you might have got something then. But to take a lie detector test before, it wouldn't. In my situation, it wouldn't make no difference.
My bad. Cousin Spencer, I don't know what's going on with your phone, what device you're on, but I believe that the background. When I listened to my show yesterday, the background in your whatever your situation, it gives like a vibration and kind of like a weird sound. So that's why I was muting it to figure out what it was. So it's your device or usage. So we got to figure that thing out. You can lower the volume some, maybe lower the volume and see if that works. But we're getting a feedback from your phone. But now that when we got that to that point, I want to ask you directly. if the lie detector test person asked your significant other, your ex-wife, before y'all got married, if she had cheated somebody, cheated on somebody in a prior relationship, and she failed that test, that question, you still have married her.
Probably not.
But
But
say somebody did, and they was, it was a reason, they cheated on him, so they cheated back on him, or what I'm saying? Like,
but
to me,
during the
that
time I got
ain't.
married, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Are you okay?
But during the time I got married, we had a kid, so I didn't want to feel like my child didn't want to be without like in one piece. So I was kind of traditional.
Ah, okay. Well, we getting more information on that scenario. Uh, well, I just want to say that I really appreciate both of you coming on tonight. I think I got a lot of clarity thanks to you, cousin Shemaya, about the spiritual aspect of the ILO quality test, and how God can help people see more into somebody than just their physical appearance. I feel like I feel like um you can come off mute now, cuz I feel like someone would more likely be available to that scenario. Yeah, cuz cousin Spencer, yeah, that's good. Yeah. It seems like to me that the eye load quality test, and I'm gonna ask you guys directly before I let y'all go. My opinion, everybody, is that the eye load quality thing is a huge factor, and that the more honest you are with yourself about that, if you go with your significant other to the mall, to the grocery store, on a walk around the block, and you see booty jogging, or ladies, you see chest walking down the street, whatever the case may be, whatever turns you on, uh locks, long hair or bald head, whatever turns you on, ladies, I don't know, but I'm just saying, I know for me it's booty, but what I'm saying is, the bottom line is, if you see somebody and you feel convicted, don't swallow that down, don't try to beat that thing down. Get to, if you have to, like cousin say, Shema say, get on your knees and pray about whatever the case may be, but free that person that you're with up. Don't go through the 10 years, I guess, or 10 years. Don't go through a bunch of years holding the person that you with back from being with the person that they feel meets their eye out low quality test or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, let that person do them. Go be with somebody that when you walking down the street, you can see somebody gorgeous, bad, fine, and you're not just not looking because of how this person treats you, your connection, or whatever the case may be, because your eyes is already full. You can just be and just keep it moving, because what you got next to you also makes your eyes full. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm gonna let you go, cousin Spencer, because you came on last. We're gonna get to the bottom of that. We're gonna find out what you have to say about that. What do you think about that? That do you believe that that should be the case, that people should really pay attention and be honest with themselves about their eye low quality prior to, or if they're in a relationship right now, that they should be honest with themselves right now and release themselves from that burden? Go ahead.
I could say yes and no on that one
Okay, break it down for us. We want to hear it.
because some of the high low quality it don't sometimes be based on that, but for most people it is based on their low quality because some of them need to walk away from what they have and let the other person be and find their significant other. If you're not happy or satisfied with them by their looks, you should just literally walk away from that. But for the ones who don't base it off of that and they happy for what they have and they basing it off like mental, emotional, and like spiritual, then those are the ones that they keep it that way. I base all mines off of, mental, and how they feel, how they personality is, what attracts me to them like that. Because for me, like I could say, you could be the most beautifulest person in the world, and I mean the beautifulest person in the world. But if you have a ugly attitude, that makes you the most ugliest person in the world. You can be the most like mediocre like woman, but if you got the most beautifulest personality, the most charismatic about you or whatever, then that makes you the most beautifulest woman on the planet. Nothing else would matter.
Okay. Uh, wow. You said a mouthful. Cause you a panel member. I know folks jump in here just when you jump on. I know folks know you gonna come with cut the head off with the head, the Queen of Hearts. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to Milwaukee. We ain't
Yeah.
finished Dahmer yet. I ain't finished Dahmer yet. Somebody went ahead and watched the episode ahead, so I'm gonna watch episode 10 instead of the end right now until they bring out some more stuff. But I'm like I said, shout out to Milwaukee right now. There's a real reason for y'all to come together up there, man, and get things tight. And the conglomeration is coming. We will have change. We will have unity. All right. Peace, my brother. All right, cuz it's all about you. What do you have to say?
Um, So I just have to concur a bit with what cousin Spencer said. I said it when we first started talking about this. I do believe it's whatever is your draw, whatever pulls you, whatever wraps you around somebody's finger, then that's what you need to focus on. So if looks is what gets you, then go on and find you the baddest looking something something in the world. But if the mental is what gets you, or the emotional, or the spiritual gets you, you need to go find that person because that is going to be the draw. That's what's going to keep you. That's what's going to, just like cousin Spencer said. Yeah, I know like a lot of people that I grew up with. I mean, bad. I mean, body, yaddy, yaddy, and they ain't dropped nothing. Like they in their 30s, 40s still got that body, yaddy, yaddy, but they can't hold a conversation to save their life. Can't spell, barely can read. Feel me? And so they're a turnoff because they can't even be intellectually have intellectual conversation. Okay, but if you about them looks, go for them body yaddy yaddy. You know what I mean? And so I think that is very important. It's whatever you have to be real, like you said, cuz real with yourself. What is it is about yourself that draws you to a person? And don't let that go. If it's the looks, stand 10 toes deep on the looks. If it's the mental, stand 10 toes deep on the mental. It's whatever draws you. Because if that person doesn't have it, I don't care if they're fine. If you are really a sapiosexual who is intellectually turned on, it ain't nothing that this body can do that's going to turn you on because they can't even have an intellectual conversation. So it really is whatever your preference is. So go for your preference and do not decline on it at all. Don't knock it down. Don't sacrifice or nothing. Whatever it is that is your number one um, desire in a person, don't turn away from that. Keep that one desire and run that thing up. You got a finger up. Uh oh. She put
The
your finger
only
down.
reason the only reason I don't pull my shame bag out is because I know Shay gonna put it right back. Cause y'all got some kind of connection. All I'm saying is all I want to say to the audience is this. For a woman that yesterday said that women lower their standards as far as their eye low quality to pull a man up, I'm saying if you find I don't think that if you find a guy that's dumb as a box of rocks, but it's meet your eye low quality test or above that, that you're not going to lower that standard. Come on, somebody. Like you will lower the look standard because the brother already has conversation, but you won't lower the intelligence readiness for intelligence or conversation or great personality. Now these are things that can be learned, behavioral skills that can be taught. I know because I had to do a lot of learning how to have behavioral skills. I'm telling y'all this for what I know. I started out with terrible behavioral skills. And so I know that somebody can be taught. Shay, she's sitting here right now, and she can tell y'all that she's had to go through a little bit of a thing dealing with some of my behavioral needs. But by being solid, she's helping me learn better behavioral skills in a relationship, right? That's 100. So I'm just saying. So I'm saying stop sacrificing the looks and teach that beautiful dumb son of a gun, how to act. Don't lower your standards for looks anymore because the guy already come. I'm gonna tell y'all something, fellas, ladies. The reason why that comely looking son of a gun has good conversation is because that's all they got. They don't look good enough to compete with anybody else. So of course they're gonna know how to be your friend and make friendships and have conversations and make you laugh. That's all they got to go with. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, they was born with the ugly on their face. They ain't going nowhere. Now you can get a little surgery and this and that, but you're gonna look deformed and figure and look all crazier. And anyway, if you born beautiful and you have a third grade education, my cousin Shemai is gonna love you into a fifth grade education. She's gonna get you that.
No, the immature self, my immature me would build a bear. My mature me does not build a nobody.
Educational instances has nothing to do with a person being immature. That man can be mature.
No. You misunderstood what I said. You misunderstood what I said. The immature me wanted to save the world when it came to a man, wanted to build them up. That was the immature me. The mature me, I'm not taking any more time of my life trying to build a man. I'm not doing that. I'm there to be your helpmate, but not to build you. That's not my job. We're supposed to build together, not me build you. So the immature me used to build people. The mature me is not building anybody.
We on shame alert, y'all.
I'll take my bag and throw it right on my shoulder.
Hold on. We on shame alert because my cousin is intimating that she don't come with baggage.
Oh,
women, ladies,
there's a difference.
Ladies,
you always take what I say because you flip it. There's a difference. We all got baggage. We all got baggage. Building someone up and helping them unpack their baggage are two different things. I will help you unpack your baggage as you will help me unpack my baggage, but I'm not building nobody. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Hold on. Let me tell y'all what I know about my cousin. See, my Aunt Faye married a guy, decent guy. It's not my cousin's dad. My Aunt Faye is a solid lady, bought property, stayed in the church. She's a solid lady. So my cousin Shemai runs across a guy that's beautiful, but had a crackhead mom and didn't get them make him go to school, so he don't know nothing, so he don't have no social skills or nothing like that, but he has a good heart. And so when she meet him, she's like, man, that's a decent guy. But then she started talking to him. He can't hold a conversation because he just don't know nothing. She find out that he can't read a paper with it because she read the paper. She said, honey, look at this, read the paper. He can't read. So I know that my cousin Shemai, who had a kind of a blessed upbringing because her mom was solid, because my aunt was a solid person. I know she's not saying because she's a Jesus freak. I know she's not saying that she's going to judge a man and talking about she don't want to build nobody. That it's not that man's fault that he had to survive and do whatever he could because he came from less circumstances. All right, that's all I'm basically saying. So all y'all ladies out, handle that for me, please.
Right.
All y'all ladies out there that's dealing with these situations, and y'all talking about y'all not finna build nobody. That's what I'm basically saying. Like me personally,
I ain't judging the brother. He just ain't going to be my person. I'm not judging him. He's gonna make somebody happy one day. It will just not be me. It is what it is. Again, we're going back to preferences.
But y'all saying that y'all will go beneath your eye low quality to deal with a guy that has most of what you want on different levels. That's why I pulled the shame bag out.
Bruh, so again, it's preference because you are attracted with your eyes. I am not attracted by my eyes. So you can't put what your preference is on me.
Because two different people. You said you never dated nobody that's butt ugly. What you got against butt ugly?
I didn't, but that's not what attracts me to people. Is their looks. Is what I'm trying to say. You're not understanding it. You're stuck in what you're thinking. It's your thought. It's your thought. I never dated an ugly person. Never. But that's not what attracts me to people.
That all day long tomorrow. She just sat there and contradicted herself. She just sat there.
No, I didn't. How? Please explain to me how. I've never dated an ugly person. I've never dated an ugly person. What's wrong with that?
I ain't never dated my butt ugly. He said, "You do have a type." Now I'm sitting here. I knew that was the case. So you would give a butt ugly brother a chance if he has good conversation, because that's what you vibe towards.
You're mixing it all up, cuz I want you to when I speak, listen to what I'm saying and not what you're thinking, because you're getting the two wires crossed.
Okay.
So as I was saying, I never did. I'm not saying, so what you're saying is, again, for example, my ex-husband was not who I would have typically dated, but he was not ugly, not by no means. What I'm saying, all the other qualities that he had was what attracted me to him, not his look. But he was not ugly.
Look, we're agreeing. I'm trying to agree with you to make my point. My point is,
what you're saying is that I'm contradicting myself, but I'm standing 10 toes deep in what I said.
No. I'm agreeing with what you're saying right now to make my point. Can I agree with you? I'm agreeing with what you're saying right now. And what I'm saying is that the low quality test thing is appropriate, because if you would have went a couple of rankings lower, maybe that brother would have never cheated on you. He would have kept that spiritual connection. He would have known that you way up here above anything he ever would have had.
But then I would have probably cheated. What do you mean?
Huh?
Then I would have probably cheated. What do you mean?
Look, this is two. Remember, 3.
I'm not going to. My level is what my level is. I'll go higher, but never lower.
Jesus wouldn't let you shoot that ugly brother. So Jesus wouldn't let that happen. Nah, let's go. This is two. Let me let you go off the show before you bang yours. I'm gonna have to bang my cousin. You and cousin Fred, y'all something else tonight. I'm like, look. But look, the bottom line is, I love you, cuz. I really appreciate you being a panel member. You're one of Shay's favorites. Tomorrow is Wild Out Wednesday. Tomorrow is Wild Out Wednesday. Trust and believe this low quality testing is a big deal. Folks are chiming in. They want to know what Taibu was talking about. They want to know what my panel members is talking about. Cousin Shemai, you gave me a lot to think about tonight.
I'm going to try to get Tori on tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what it is. And bring Tori on tomorrow. That'll definitely
I'm gonna try.
All right. Nothing but love for you. Shout out to the whole 412, Aunt Faye, Cousin Reese, Cousin Naeem, Cousin Jay. Yeah, bring your brother on. I would love to hear what he had to say on Wild Out Wednesday.
That might be the plan.
All right. Peace.
All right, then.
Man, this is crazy. This is a crazy night. I had to shame her twice. I had to go and get rid of her. If I had shame her 3 times, she'd been, I gotta be a man of my words, eh? Nah, she was there wrong. She said she would have cheated on that but ugly.
But ugly.
Well, I'm saying, when I trapped her, cousin Byron is right about me, by the way. When I trapped her, Byron, can you come on for a second, please? He told me I'd do that. When I trapped her and made her admit that she had to give a ugly brother a chance if he had good conversation, because that's what she said she vibed towards, right? So she get but ugly brothers, y'all got a chance for my cousin because she vibes more to your conversation intelligence.
He wasn't but ugly, just
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying. Look, I'm telling y'all right now, when I trapped her into the fact that,
so that's what you try to trap people.
No,
so
I'm talking about off her whole.
That's what you doing.
No, Shay, why you make it seem like that? Look, the camera don't lie. Cousin Spencer called her out. I was laying back in the cut. When she said it again, I had to jump on her. Look, if you say that the low quality test isn't an issue,
it's not. It's evident. Celebrities. Just because you got money, just because you got beauty, that means nothing. Because guys want more.
So are you saying that guys that you consider friends and that you consider friends, whatever, all these connections that you make with guys, I'm saying that physical attraction doesn't play anything a part of it?
Of course. A piece, but it's not the whole wabam.
Doesn't a man need to enter in?
No.
That's science. He has, if he's not,
what is that?
He has to be.
What is that?
Wood. That's stiffness. That's fire.
nothing to do with nothing.
What I'm saying is, if he's not attracted to you, ain't gonna get none that. You're gonna get wah wah wah.
But a lot of guys don't even care.
And then a lot of them do. That's why they cheat. Taibu Muad'Dib right here. Y'all know what it is. I'm a confirmed genius. She cannot argue me. The bottom line is, be honest with yourself. You're a Mess is a Relationship podcast where I aim to help folks come out of a mess, to avoid a mess, and to find something healthy. If you want to find something healthy, be honest with yourself about what your eye load quality is. Date somebody that completely fills the load for your eyes, and that's how you have a better chance of staying with that person. All right. If you're cheating on somebody and they fill your eye low quality, there's deeper issues there, but you can get help for that. Bottom line. But you won't know it until you date somebody that fits your eye low quality. If you're continually dating below your eye low quality, you're going to continually be unhappy in situations and relationships. And that's you can stay in a relationship with somebody that meets your eye low quality, but your quality of life, you only get one life. If you're unhappy on that one level, I would say in 2023, don't go in 2023 being unhappy with your eye low quality. Everybody, I'll see you tomorrow night at 9:15 p.m. Central for Wild Out Wednesday. It's going down. Yeah.
Bye.
That's the show. Okay, you got some nerd coming on my show talking about it don't matter. It does matter. Shoot. I don't see you forming these friendships with guys that you don't think is cute.
What are you doing?